Today marks day one of Brain Injury Awareness Month in the United States of America. Brain injury increasingly has become, as the Brain Injury Association of America has said, the last thing on your mind until it is the only thing on your mind. A day cannot go by without some reference in our news, in social media, or in medical meetings to brain injury and associated brain damage. In discussions about our brave service members, where brain injury has been called the signature wound of the most recent conflicts, in the world of sports, where the discussion of concussions and long-term brain damage, including CTE, is omnipresent, to intimate partner violence, also known as domestic violence, where 1 out of 3 victims is a brain injury survivor, to classroom issues and return to learn, and now brain fog and the worsening of prior neurological conditions, which are the long-term consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. Brain injury and brain damage is a national public health issue. With over 5.2 million Americans suffering long-term consequences of a traumatic brain injury, which translates into 1 in every 60 individuals, and with a brain injury occurring to someone in the United States every 9 seconds, brain injury is truly a public health crisis. Traumatic brain injury typically is caused by falls, vehicle accidents, or violence. And acquired brain injury frequently is caused by strokes, electric shocks, infectious disease, or even oxygen deprivation. Of course, there is no way in the world to describe the multitude of ways that a brain injury can occur and the multitude of ways it can impact an individual. This month, the Brain Injury Association of America has initiated a new awareness campaign entitled More Than My Brain Injury, to provide a platform to educate the public, business community, lawmakers, and even some in our medical community on the incidence and long-term consequences of brain injury. And most importantly, to destigmatize the injury with a person-centered approach. 3 years ago, in honor of Brain Injury Awareness Month, the Brain Injury Law Firm introduced a complimentary customized brain injury identification card to avoid understandings by brain injury survivors with police, EMT, and ambulance personnel, as well as other first responders who interact with brain injury survivors. Although survivors may appear normal, they may be suffering from invisible injuries resulting from their brain damage and causing them to exhibit emotional, behavioral, and cognitive problems. A person with a brain injury can carry and display this personalized laminated wallet card to help avoid misunderstandings with first responders. The card includes the individual's name, a designated emergency contact, and common symptoms of a traumatic brain injury. The card is provided on a complimentary basis by the brain injury law firm DeCaro & Kaplan to any brain injury survivor. It is designed to ensure that brain injury survivors are treated appropriately and provided the support that they need. To date, I'm pleased that the Brain Injury Law Firm has now distributed over 21,000 of these cards, and we continue to offer this card as a complimentary service to persons with a brain injury. I like to say persons with a brain injury are not a brain-injured person, because persons with a brain injury are entitled to be treated with dignity and respect. And it is the person that we are considering and talking about, and not their injury. Brain injury is a civil rights issue of our time, requiring concerted action to destigmatize this condition and to provide the services and supports for all to live a meaningful and productive life. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you to the Brain Injury Association of America for all it does to improve the quality of life for persons with a brain injury. I look forward to continue speaking with you this week on the Brain Injury Insider.